Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of the Tough Car Challenge. Today's contestant in the start of our modded cars leaderboard is the HIrochi Start by JorgePinto. The particular Start we have has a 1.5 liter engine producing 102 pound-feet of torque and 89 horsepower. And I got that backwards, but I really don't give a shit right now. The Start is slated below the Sunburst. It is aimed for relatively poor countries, third world countries, where basically a lot of people are going to need if they are looking for a car is an engine, 4 wheels, some doors, and just something to keep the weather out. So in the Start fits the bill perfectly, yet keeping some of the HIrochi Sunburst's rallying DNA, but it does not have any of the nice engines the Sunburst has. I mean, I believe this car has the biggest capacity engine, but it is also the weakest engine available. It has downrated brakes. It has downrated trim around the car. As you can see, it has black plastic front and rear bumpers, black mirrors, no fog. I could go on and on and on about this car. And honestly, it's just a baser than base model of the Sunburst, just aimed for poor countries where the people might not be able to afford even the base model Sunburst. This is something for them. So we're going to hop in it and get going and see if this little car, without all of its extra weight and extra shit to bog it down, can actually make this car last longer than the Sunburst did when it did the lap. So let's get going. Alrighty, we are in our Sunburst, and right there our shift indicator is gone. The gauges look a little different off. It's in the speedometer is in kmh only, since this is mainly a European, Asian, Middle Eastern, African, Indian, anywhere that'd be considered a quote-unquote poor country. Radio's been taken out. Hand crank windows have been fitted. Covers have been placed over where the buttons for the power windows would be. The passenger airbag has been taken out. I believe the driver airbag's taken out too. And there's no headrests for the rear seat passengers. So, with that being said, let's rev this little shit up. Put the clutch in, dump the clutch, little bit of wheel spin. And a third gear coming up for the first jump, over the jump. And actually the Start's Sunburst DNA is shining through, because the car does have still has the nice driving characteristics of the Sunburst. It's just that it is slow as all hell. Got to definitely keep the engine in the upper end of the tachometer and the revs. We're actually not doing bad. We're getting about 40, 50 miles an hour here. Oh, and I forgot to turn my fucking ringer off on my phone before I started this shit. My bad. Oh, shit. Now, again, this car does not have traction control. It does not have stability. It does not even have anti-lock brakes. This car is pretty much again, 4 wheels and an engine. All right, we got 1 lap down. Looking good so far for our HIrochi Start. Oh, there's a bumper. Oh, landed a bit awkward. I wonder which bumper that was. Well, find out soon enough. Oh, stay on the track. Oh, shit. Come on, car. So far, we're doing pretty decent. Got about 1.5 laps down. Looks like, unless something happens, this car will beat the Sunburst. All right. And this is where the Sunburst died. Whoa! Brakes are really wanting to lock up under light moderate braking. The inner tire spinning all that power away. All right. Come on, you bitch. There we go. Haven't had anything real bad happen yet to this thing. 2 laps down. All right. Oh, shit. Over the jump. There we go. Come up to the Widowmaker. Through the Widowmaker. In the third. Oh, bad landing. Ooh. All right. We're going to pull off when we get back around just to see what the hell has happened to this car. I don't think it's pulling, strangely enough. No, it's not really pulling. That is very strange. After an impact like that, you'd expect the suspension to be jacked up a little bit. Alrighty. Over the last jump, actually, it is pulling a little bit to the left. Oh, fuck. Yeah, keep hitting shit, dude. Keep fucking hitting shit. Alrighty. Alrighty, we are in the pits. Let's go ahead, hop out of our start and see what the hell has happened to it. Alrighty, we are out of the car, and it well, we know which bumper that is that was out on that jump. It's the front bumper. Looks like the front suspension's starting to collapse. The tops of the tires pointed in. That one rim is all bent to hell and back. How the tire is not blown, I'm not sure. Same with that one. The rest of the car does not look bad, though. It is taking a hell of a beating. So actually, this car is living up towards the HIrochi rallying name than the fucking Sunburst did. So that is freaking awesome. So we still got everything working here. So we're going to go ahead, hop back into the car, and keep on going. Alrighty, we're back in the car, and no fuss, no muss, just rev the nuts out of this motor and drop the clutch. Away we go. Coming up to that first jump. I believe that was 3 laps down, so looking pretty damn good for the car. Got a bit of speed here. Ooh. Oh, fuck. Well, that's the end of the start. Wow. So I believe that's 3.5 laps. So we're going to go ahead, crawl out of the start, and see what the fuck has happened to it. Alrighty, we are out of the car, and it is a fucking mess. I'm pretty sure, though, we're going to go ahead and pull it back on its wheels, and we're going to see how the damage is on the driver's side. But looking underneath, it looks like that radiator is most likely going to give soon, because that area of the core support is kicked back pretty good. But It might just be enough to miss the radiator, so who knows. But let's go ahead, pull the car back on its wheels, and we'll give this thing a closer look. Alrighty, the car is back on its wheels, and yeah, the car is actually in pretty decent shape. I'm pretty sure we could have kept on going if it wasn't for the fact that we put it on its side. So, not a bad showing by the HIrochi Start. I'm actually quite impressed that this car did better than the fucking Sunburst by a long shot. The Sunburst had 1 7/8 of a lap. This car, I believe, had 3.5. We're still going to go ahead, pop an overhead view, and verify that my thought process is correct and that we're at 3.5 laps, and we'll go from there. So let's head in overhead view. Alrighty, we are in overhead view, and here's our start-finish line in pits. Here's our HIrochi Start. So that's about 3.5 laps completed. Good showing overall by the Start. It definitely outpaced its bigger brother, the Sunburst, which the car is essentially based on. It's just the Sunburst has better brakes, better engines, and all that sort of shit. So, all in all, good showing, especially for our first contestant of the modded car, Tough Car Challenge. So, I hope you guys have enjoyed. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Tough Car Challenge. Until then, have a good one.